This is Dave Wood and of course Dave Sharp again outside my home in the mountains in Costa Rica. And over the next minute in this video I actually wanted to share a little bit about our marketing system and about our real system, because this is a little bit different, because the Empower Network is a couple of things. Number one, it's a marketing funnel, it's a marketing system. You can actually market anything that you choose being a part of it. If you choose to market other products and services, you can. If you just want to focus on marketing this, you also can. And it's also a system of getting money. It's actually a systemic process of how to get more money in your life, and we do that based on, of course, valuable products and services that we offer to the marketplace. But just real quick before I get in, I want to talk about the development of how we really decided to create a system like this. You say, what is the Empower Network really? And of course, those of you who have clicked on one of the images that kind of change a little bit when you hover over them, you kind of know a little bit more about what the Empower Network is if you watch the videos in our sales funnel. But what is it really? Well, what a system really is a system is something that takes a good process and puts it into kind of a mold that other people can use, like a franchise. If you look at like McDonald's, right? McDonald's is essentially a franchise that originally was ran by the McDonald's brothers, right? And then they came and they put in a little system, and now it's replicated across thousands and thousands of people. Well, on the internet, systems are actually very difficult. And here's what I found when I first got online. I started living out of a van, and I quickly discovered, Dave, that most of the things that are out there essentially that are actually systems. In other words, they're just replicated. They don't work. So, you get in a home business, you get in a network marketing company, they're like, we got a system. We're like, well, sweet. Well, what's the system? We'll share this link with everybody. So you log into your Facebook account, you start plastering your links everywhere, and guess what happens is all your friends start deleting you, right? I mean, essentially what happens, nobody joins for some reason. Then you go to the site, it's a bunch of boring corporate crap. It's like you're saying, let's talk about the dream, let's talk about the lifestyle, Dave, and then you go to the site, and like the corporate site is like this boring, just here's our products, here's our services, this is the way we make money, blah, blah. And it's the most boring stuff in the universe. It really is, right? So I quickly figured out that that doesn't work. So what did I default to? Well, I defaulted to, I'm going to market. I'm going to learn how to get people to do stuff, right? And I learned it really good. I started marketing, and when I started going out there and using the creativity that I've got, the skills that I developed over the years, and I started marketing, I started making more money faster than I'd ever made in my entire life. I mean, it started out a couple $100 a day, $500 a day, $1,000 a day, $2,000, $5,000 a day. Best day ever, over $33,000, and it'll get bigger, I promise you. All right. But there's a problem, and that problem is that system can't be put into the hands of another human being. So there's some problems in creating systems on the internet. And here's the thing to understand. Systems are not technology issues. There's more technology to build more systems than you could ever imagine. There's skill issues. There's almost nobody on the internet, for example, that can sell like Dave Sharp can. All right? So what do we do in the Empower Network? We borrow Dave Sharp's ability to communicate messages through words and through copy, and we give that ability to you through a systemic process that actually works with your own personality. All right. So what is our system really here in the Empower Network? Two things. Number one thing we've got a system to get you blogging, getting traffic, getting you a tremendous amount of leads, getting you a tremendous amount of money. And why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, well, absolutely. I mean, I think that first and foremost, one of the best examples of why we've actually chosen this model is you. Yeah. I don't think that I could use a better example. I mean, I've essentially, really, when I got started, I was kind of one of those people that wanted instant gratification, so I just went out there and started to convert sales through paid traffic and stuff, and that's really kind of a model that I really struggle with a lot at the beginning, because I wasn't getting 100% commissions deposited in my bank account on a daily basis. I had to actually wait a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks for a check to come. Now, essentially, if you want to go out and do paid trafficking, you want to scale your business, you want to go out and do any of that stuff if you're a little more advanced, or if you want to learn to be advanced, you can absolutely do that here. But the reason why we've developed the blogging system the way that we have is because it's a proven model. And I can't give a better example than Dave Wood. Essentially, he came on the internet 2 years ago out of a van with a computer that he bought off of eBay with his last few borrowed dollars that he had, got on, started to create content, figured out how to get that content ranked in the search engines, start having people find that content, find his stuff, and then start joining his businesses and buying his products. Now, the beautiful part about the Empower Network and why we've really created this system around this very proven simple process is because A, it works and it's proven to work. It doesn't take a big learning curve. You don't have to come in and go through 2 or 3 hours of long, horrendous training that you really don't want to do anyways. You want to get in, use a system that works, and start making money, period. Let's just be honest. That's what's a little bit more unique about us, is we're being very transparent, very authentic in the fact that we've got some very valuable products, but we've also got a system that allows you to make money very quickly. Now, the beautiful part about this system is your only job, whether you want to go out and do this offline, online, want to talk to your friends and family, want to blog, I mean, you can do all of that stuff here, but we've created a core system around the blogging model that our members get in every day. And it's not just blogging to create content. See, we're really more about developing people to be able to take their income from maybe $1,000 a week to $5,000 a week. And the real way that we've been able to do that is by writing every day, by blogging every day, by reading every day, by listening to audios every day. Those are the simple things inside of our system that we encourage you and teach you to do. We actually give you the material to do it with. We don't overwhelm you with a bunch of technical strategies that are just going to paralyze you and keep you in overwhelm. We're actually going to show you what we've done to be as successful as we've been, so you can do it. You can do it in a very systematic, timely manner and get into profit as soon as possible.
Absolutely, and it's not just the system of blogging, folks. We're going to show you how to get a tremendous amount of traffic, and we're going to show you how to do it regardless of whether you're a grandma, and we love grandmas in the Empower Network because they can make as much money and more money than anybody, because I'll tell you there's nothing more motivating than somebody who's 80, 90 years old and starting to make the big money for the first time in their entire life. Sure. So we don't just have a system of getting traffic. You don't have to design anything. You don't have to edit anything here. All you've got to do is learn the very simple skill of blogging, which you can actually learn in about an hour as soon as you get your Empower Network membership and get in the back office. Sure. But it's also the system of getting money. And this is the beautiful thing, because I had this magical realization actually in my business. It was actually about 4 months ago now. I had been stuck in my business. Now, this is going to make some of you a little bit mad, because you're like, well, that's not a bad place to be stuck. I was stuck at around $30,000 to $40,000 a month. Yeah. Stuck. I was like, man, I cannot make more money than this. I started making money, and then I got stuck at $30,000 to $40,000 a month. Now, granted, it's not a bad place to be stuck in the mountains of Costa Rica, traveling all over the world, winning every competition. It's not a bad place to be stuck, all right? But the reality is I was still stuck. And I made one discovery, and my income went to $3,000 to $5,000 a day in like a month. Right? And so you're probably wondering, well, what's the discovery? And probably some of you are wondering, well, how'd you get to $30,000 a month? Just tell me that, But let me tell you the discovery that I made. It was a discovery that is called a scalable business model. It's a really simple, actually, concept. It's a concept I've heard people talk about, and I just never understood it. A scalable business is a business that essentially has the profit margins that operate properly, Dave, to where somebody can get in business and reinvest a percentage of their profits back into the business and then exponentially grow the business. So most, for example, in network marketing, they're not scalable businesses. They rely on exponential growth from a downline doing stuff. Well, that's great, and teams are great. And I have big teams in network marketing, all right, because I love network marketing industry. But the reality is it's not scalable, because no matter how that gets, I can't reinvest profits quickly enough to grow my own business exponentially. I got to essentially rely on my team to do it, all right? Whereas I discovered that in marketing, if you're making 100% commissions, which is my discovery with scalable business models, it's really easy if you make $500 to reinvest $200 back into a business. It's not the same as taking $200 out of your pocket and putting it in to start a business. You're actually making $500 and just taking $200 and reinvesting it back to make $1,000. Really easy if you've got a good business with good math, with good metrics. We're going to teach you how to do this as a part of the Empower Network. In other words, Dave, I made a discovery. There's 2 ways of growing an income. One way is you just keep working and working and working and working and hope it exponentially takes off. And as well as I do, that's a little bit miserable. It just is not very fun to do, because you're just praying that it takes off. And the other way is this. Maybe you're new in this business and you've never made a lot of money in your entire life. So you get involved in the Empower Network, you decide to make a decision, you get involved, all right? You get involved, you make $200, you say, you know what, I'm going to do the business person thing. Just this one time, I'm going to take this whole $200, I'm going to put it back in my business. And you fail in your advertising. But then you know what you say, I'm going to make another $200 for free. You go out there, do some free marketing, make another $250. You put $200 more back in, you figure out something that works. All of a sudden, that $200 brings in $800. And then you know what you do? You do the smart business thing. You say, you know what, I'm going to go out to dinner. I'm going to do some nice things with my family. If I'm going to take $300 of this, I'm going to reinvest it back in my business. right? Then all of a sudden you make 1,500. Then you say, you know what, I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to take 500 of the 1,500, I'm going to reinvest it back into marketing. Then all of a sudden you pull in 5,000. Then you say, you know what, Dave, I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to pull in 1,500 out of this 5,000. I'm going to go, you know, take a cruise off in the Bahamas too. I mean, don't get me wrong here. I'm going to have some fun, right? But I'm going to take 1,500 and put it back in my business. Then all of a sudden you make 8,000, and then you take 3,000, and then you make 15,000. Then all of a sudden you're making $3,000 a day. And I swear, now this is, obviously is an income promise because we obviously make money recommended this stuff. So does everybody in our organization, right? We can't make promises. But with scalable models, you can actually go from 0 to $5,000 a day, and I promise you, it's true. You can do it. It is possible to do in a scalable business model. That was my discovery. But that can't be replicated because you got to set up a product, and you got to know how to sell, and you got to understand technology, and you got to know WordPress, and you got to hire a team of outsourcers, and you got to have a lot of money to even do it. People don't have the money. So I said, I want to take this proven scalable business model and just put it into people's hands. Just give it to them.
Sure.
Not even sell it to them, Dave. I want to just give it to them for only $25. And that's actually how we came out with this concept of the Empower Network viral blogging system. All right, to where you can get involved today, automatically have a system in place, let us do the sound, let us develop the marketing funnels, and then as you evolve and as you get better, we actually want to borrow your skill, put it into this system, make it even more powerful through the power of you. But in the meantime, let's have you make an exponentially growing business that you control. Isn't that powerful?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I got to tell you that the beautiful part about what he was just talking about is that we're actually leading by example. If you watched the previous video, maybe you've been clicking around, you know, under the leadership tab, we talked about leading by example. We talk about that in all of our videos and all of our training. The reason why we talk about that is because we actually lead with example. We actually invested our money into Empower Network. We've done this over and over again, and we do it on a daily basis. But here's really what you need to go away from this video remembering, is that if you want to get involved in something that you can get involved with on day one, recoup your investment on the same day, and get into profit immediately, this is something that you want to take a very hard look at. You can get involved very, very, very low out of cost upfront investment. You can get that investment back very quickly, and you can plug into a system that can really take you on a profit journey that's going to be beyond your wildest dreams. We have members inside of the Empower Network doing things that are absolutely unbelievable. Very proud of them. We're looking forward to hearing your success story. Go ahead and like this video below. Share it with your friends. Leave us your comments. Go ahead and hit the banners. Go through, check out everything that we have to offer you right here, right now. We'll look forward to seeing you on the inside.
Absolutely.